guys won't stop talking.
And you can pretty much do it
Toker and Maz.
in perpetuity.
Yep.
The Sports Hub.
Well, the Padres version of Aroldis Chapman is now on, and that is the hard-throwing right-hander Mason Miller. Regularly hits 100 miles an hour, including the postseason last year. He's now gone scoreless in 25 of his last 26 appearances. William Abreu will lead it off. Swing and a miss on a slider, struck him out. And one down. And now Masataka Yoshida comes to the on-deck area. And he'll hit for Durbin. 0-2. Got him. Back to the changes, 96. Back-to-back strikeouts. Sox are down to their last man. And that will be Marcelo Myers, gone 0 for 2. Drove in a run. He sacrificed back in the second. I had a home run yesterday. 3-2 San Diego, 2 down, bottom of the ninth, bases empty. Did he go? He did. That is strike 3. That's the ball game. Miller comes in and strikes out the side in the ninth.
I know he's not a starter. He's the most dominant pitcher in baseball. His schoolboy schemes, whatever it is, they start, I get it. But for one inning, 102 with one of the best sliders in the game.
Story, Duran, Contreras in the ninth. And 2 strikes on Trevor. And a cut and a miss for strike 3 on the slider. 1 down. Jaron Duran a double back in the third inning. Swung on and missed to strike him out. So the Sox are down to their last man. Contreras without a hit, although he did reach on the fielder's choice in the 7th inning and scored a run. Miller ready and a 2-2 to Contreras. Dan just blew him away. That time a slider to strike him out. He strikes out the side. The Red Sox fall to 2-7 on the season. With Milwaukee coming in, they're 7-2, and it has gotten ugly fast here at Fenway Park.
3 strikeouts, 3 up, 3 down. Strikeouts on 11 pitches on Saturday. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts on 12 pitches yesterday.
No, you know what? Now that you mention it, I'm not sure they even put
Did they even touch him?
Well, that's what I mean. I'm not sure there was like even a foul ball that was.
We can look that up. Did they draw contact?
Good question.
They might. I mean, they only had 3 balls. They had only had 2 balls on Saturday and 3 balls on Sunday, meaning both strikes.
Right.
So, and how many were swinging? And did they even get a foul tip?
Good question. I bet. Yeah, I wonder.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd have to. I could look that up.
We could, but I mean, that bad.
Unbelievable.
So that's your backdrop here to the Brewers come to town tonight. Red Sox sitting at 2-7, and what's your confidence level that they can turn this around? I mean, we all think they can turn around to a point, but at what point? And I have very little faith because I don't believe in the leadership. I don't believe in the roster that Breslow built. I don't believe in Breslow, period. I don't think the ownership wants to win at a high level, and I think the manager is just sort of a bystander. He's overrated. He's not the cause of their problems, but I don't think he can fix them. There's only so much he can do. And even on his best day, what exactly is he? What's any manager? So
I mean, that's how I feel.
Where are you? 617-779-0985. Let's do a lightning round, shall we, Jimmy, please?
The Lightning Round, brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Indeed. Spring weather in New England can be unpredictable, but your restoration partner shouldn't be. Our guys at Blue Sky are always ready to respond 24/7. So if you're experiencing any weather damage from the weekend rain, visit gobluesky.com. No E. Go BLUSKY. Right to your phones. Alan in Florida. Go ahead.
Yeah. Again, I had this conversation with you guys in January, February, whatever, and I told you about Suarez, and I told you, Mike, you argue with me. Oh, they're a playoff team. They're not a playoff team. And believe me, I got under 87.5, and I'm already counting my money. I'm going to spend it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's pathetic. You know, the Mets, never mind Dombrowski didn't go after Suarez. The Mets, well, they got Peralta. You know, I mean, he's a legitimate pitcher. But they didn't even make a nibble. No one wanted Suarez. I know he had a half-decent year, but if you looked at it, it was phony with his 89-mile-an-hour fastball. It's absolutely pathetic.
And it is. And why is he here, Mass? Why is Suarez here?
Because they wanted to show their fans that they care and spend money after they blew the Bregman deal. That's what it is. They're fearful that if they don't spend the money, that all of a sudden everyone's going to attack them and say, well, they don't care about winning anymore. When the fact is, the way to care about winning is to get your fans to think you care about winning is to care about winning. You know what I mean? Like the losses. If the losses don't hurt, then you're not invested. You're not invested enough.
Colin in the car in the lightning round, brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, this roster construction is terrible. I mean, watching Ranger Suarez be the third best fielder on the field next to Willier and maybe Marcelo Meyer was like pretty stunning. And also, this team's ownership completely lost its soul with Larry Lucchino. He'd be rolling around in his grave knowing that they're making gardens and concert halls instead of putting an actual roster together.
Well, so I don't think Larry minded concert halls and, gardens in this. He also wanted to beat the Yankees.
Exactly right.
So he
was a little nuts.
And you got it all with Larry.
Yeah, and so again, he started to run counter to what they wanted to do. Larry wanted to keep pushing. And it was his strength and his flaw at the same time, but he wanted to keep pushing, and eventually they pushed him out.
GoBlueSky.com. No, he is the website. Go ahead, Sean, or who is this? Sean in Salem. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know Henry has a lot going on, so I just want to remind him they have the highest cost per win in baseball over the last 5 years. And the last time the Red Sox had sole possession of first place at any point in the season, from game 1 to 162, it was July 30th, 2021. That was 869 games ago, not days, games ago.
They're not good at what they want to do.
No, they're not. They're not.
So they're trying to win with lesser payrolls. They can't. They're trying to get you to think that they care. You don't. So they don't have, Maz, the ability to win and sell the product the way they want to win and sell the product. They can't do it.
Look, and it's a hard market to do that in because fans insist that you invest in the team. And the same it'd be like, could you imagine the Yankees doing it that way? And look, the Yankees do little pieces of it too. But they also gave Aaron Judge $400 million or whatever they gave him. And they gave Garrett Cole $300 million. So when it has come time to put those star players in place, the Yankees have done it. I'm not telling you that they've won all these championships as a result, but it's a more earnest effort.
But I'll tell you, but if I'm a Yankee fan, I do wonder about the current ownership.
Sure.
And
they're not George.
They miss the old man like you miss Larry Lucchino, like you miss. There's an urgency that has dissipated from the Yankees experience.
But again, I said more earnest effort. I didn't say that it was a fully earnest effort.
Fair enough, Matt in Malden. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, I just want to make the point in less than 30 seconds that it's important to remind not only that Craig Breslow was their 11th or 12th choice, but why he was their 11th or 12th choice. That when the first 10 or 11 more experienced, more respected baseball executives met with John Henry and our beloved Fenway Sports Group, and they laid out their strategy with the foot in both approaches regarding mid-market spending, the more respected executives ran screaming out of Fenway, and we settled for Breslow because he was willing to take the job under those parameters. And when you couple that with the poor talent evaluation that undermines the mid-market full Brewer approach, we get this front office death spiral that isn't going to change until the philosophy changes, which it won't.
So, do you want to take that, Mess?
No, you go ahead.
I mean, I just think that to win the way the Devil Rays won or the way the Brewers are winning takes really, really skilled baseball guys. You don't have those. Craig Breslow is not that, as you said. He was their 12th choice or something. So you're trying to thread the needle. The only way to thread that needle is to be really talented at what you do. Breslow's not. And you have to commit to it from top to bottom. You got to coach it the second they get in the organization. You have to commit to drawing contact and playing defense and running the bases because that's your only way to do it.
Yeah, so they're having it and they got a bad geek.
So they have a bad geek. They don't really coach it from day one. It's not in their DNA. They just say they're going to be a run prevention team without really committing to the grassroots things in the organization it takes to do it because they don't have the patience to do it. It's not in their DNA. You shouldn't have to win that way. You're the Red Sox. You should win by spending your face off and beating these other little clubs into submission because they can't match you. That's how you should win. It's the easiest way.
Yes, and it's corny. I know I said this here last week. What is their identity? What is it?
They don't have one.
Organizationally and in terms of play style, what is it? Nobody knows. You know why? Because they don't know. They don't have one. They're just flying by the seat of their pants, pulling moves out of their ass.
The Lightning Round was brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Visit GoBlueSky, no E, GoBlueSky.com. Back to your regularly paced phone calls right after this.
Now, more of Felger and Maz. Now, on the Sports Hub.
Or is this just in a short sample a team that has struggled? Because everyone's making their plans for the summer. They're buying their tickets. They're coming to Fenway Park. They want to know, is this going to be a season to go back to postseason play? Or is this team in quicksand right now?
Sure, and everything we know about baseball, everything that information can tell us is that this is the ladder. This is a really good team that isn't playing very well right now, and that is going to turn. And our job is to do everything we possibly can to try to accelerate that.
I think he's in over his head. And they're going to keep him because they like the way the pitching is going. And you know what? He might be a good pitching guy. I don't dispute that. You want to tell me that Peyton Tolley, Connolly Early, those guys develop fine. But do I think he is like equipped, particularly at this stage, to be a president of baseball ops? No. No, I don't.
Well, wait a minute. He signed Suarez. He missed on this kid that's now a Brewer because he couldn't identify him as a guy that should stay and be a starter. Why do you trust him in terms of the pitching?
Well, you might be right.
Because he got Crochet? Any idiot could say, he's real good. Let's get him.
No. I think that some of their prospects have developed. You know, Peyton Tolley, Connolly Early, looks like they've turned him into something. And I'm not telling you they're great. I'm just telling you that some of them, it looks like they've tapped into a little.
He's got a couple
here.
of hits for sure.
Yeah, so he might be, like, they feel better about the pitching in the organization than they have felt in a long, long time. I'll allow for that. He might be, that's why they wanted him. He was having success in Chicago.
But I'm with Murray.
And he hit on Chapman last year.
Overrated.
Yeah, right.
I mean, so...
Who called him an effing stiff? Didn't someone understand? Yeah. Because he's kind of an effing stiff.
Well, where'd they get Connolly Early from?
Draft.
Pre-Breslow?
Were
Early and Tolley already in the organization?
That might have been under Breslow, actually. Let me check that. But the big thing with Early is that when they drafted him, he didn't throw very hard, and then they were able to increase his velocity. So
he still doesn't, though.
No, but he was at like 91. Now he's at 95.
23 draft for Early.
Okay, so that was Breslow. Yeah, 23 is his first year, right?
I can't remember.
I'd have to check.
That's why we have you.
24. No, 24 is his first year. You're right. That was Bloom. Yeah, that was Bloom. Yeah.
I'm not sure what Breslow does. Honestly. No, I mean, he gave up the prospect for Crochet, which Bloom wouldn't have done. And he's given up more of his prospects than Bloom would have. There's no doubt about that. But he's gotten half of them wrong. He gave up this I keep
James
asking.
Tibbs.
Well, Tibbs for the rental, and then why am I blanking on the Brewers pitcher that you got for
Matt Harrison?
Harrison. Why'd you give up on Harrison? If he's such a great pitching guru, how did he not? What's wrong with Kyle Harrison? So, I don't know.
No, they might have whiffed on that one.
I'm just saying Breslow's a pitching guy. I don't know how good that has been. He is. If you want to nerd out to win, he's not a good enough nerd. Is the point. Chris in Providence on the Red Sox. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, guys. The team, bunch of stiffs, pusses. I don't bet. I was going to bet yesterday the Padres because the weather was cloudy and there was rain and all that sort of stuff. It just, they're even worse than last year as far as that concerned.
Wouldn't you think the Red Sox would have an advantage against the San Diego flippin' Padres?
You would think.
And that kind of weather over the weekend?
Yep, you would think.
And they gutted out tougher at-bats than you did when it mattered most?
Yep. Look, I also think their bullpen throws harder and is better than their bullpen's filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy good. So that probably had something to do with the cold, too. But, yes, the bottom line is the Red Sox look for excuses not to win.
Paul in New Hampshire. Go ahead, Paul.
Yes, I really believe that if the fans keep filling up Fenway Park, there's no reason for the Red Sox to spend money. And the only way this is going to be solved is if people stop showing up.
So, how I feel about this.
And it's not going to happen anyway. The park itself is part of the problem because it's a tourist trap.
Murray's right.
And I would never say don't go.
They stopped showing up a couple of years ago, and people from out of town took your seats.
And aren't you stunned that there were as many Padres fans as there were?
Yes, I was.
I didn't know. What is a Padre fan? Do you know a Padre fan?
Certainly don't.
I know people from San Diego. They're not. I don't even know what a Padre fan is.
It's because it doesn't exist.
And
Not
suddenly there was a smattering in the stadium yesterday. It's amazing. There are opposing fan bases that I didn't even really know exist. I did not realize, like the Houston Astros had such a healthy fan base until they play here. And it's like a quarter Astro fans. I'm like, what's an Astro fan? I don't even know. I haven't no one walking around in my life. I've never seen one.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that it's that healthy a fan base. I think the ballpark draws people who are interested in the ballpark. People who are non-baseball fans want to come to Fenway Park. That's what
it's part of the Boston tourism experience.
Absolutely, it is. It totally is. So that's why even if the people here say, F you, I'm not buying my ticket, someone else will. And he'll pay out the nose for it from a broker anywhere, all due respect to, Ace Ticket.
Joe,
in fact, you should buy it from Ace Ticket.
Joe and Winthrop. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Just wanted to scratch an itch real quick on Trevor's story. Mason Miller aside the other night, he's filthy. But if I have to watch one more slider away and watch Trevor's story swing through it, I'm going to lose my mind. I would never put a lefty on the mound if I was an opposing manager. Be a righty every time. Away, away, away. Brutal to watch.
Brutal to watch. His swings and misses, Maz, are not close.
No, they miss by a mile.
Oh, my God. I don't know if there's a guy on the team that I think misses as badly as he does.
He does. He misses really badly.
And it's just, you took the cheese on last year being that's what he is as opposed to the previous 3 years? Or just what he is on balance as a player? And you sort of built it around, you're going to have Trevor's story, and, water seeks its level. And if you have any sort of scouting report on the guy, as the caller alluded to, he's pretty easy to pitch to.
Oh, totally. Again, he can't hit a fastball, so he cheats, and then he chases sliders away because he's way out in front thinking he was getting a fastball.
Stone and Natick. Go ahead, Stone.
To answer O'Brien's question, the Red Sox are a plain English dumpster fire. There's no direction, there's no leadership, and half their players don't know how to play baseball. I mean, I don't know how anybody could watch the last week and a half and have any confidence that they're going to go anywhere. Your thoughts?
I'm down on them. And this is not to say that they can't turn it around. Like, as we said, they have the worst record in baseball. I don't think they're going to finish with the worst record in baseball. They're not going to be 20-70, as Maz said earlier. Of course, they're going to turn it around. And of course, they're going to averages for a reason and all of this. But then what's the ceiling? This is what I come back to. What is the ceiling? And I don't think the ceiling is there. I don't think that Breslow built a better roster than last year. I think it's the same, if not worse. I think the manager doesn't really do much to improve things. I think he's kind of overrated, but then again, what's he supposed to do? You hand him players who can't field the baseball or draw contact at the plate. At the major league level, it's hard to coach that at the major league level. So he's been just dealing with the hand he's been dealt. And so, okay, the averages even out and it's sort of balanced. But then what are you left with? I was too chicken to bet 87.5 under. That just felt way too low. But only because I was chicken. But I was never high on the team. And obviously, I don't know why I would be. Even though I think it'll balance out. What's the ceiling? And I don't know where the ceiling comes from.
It's not much higher than that.
I mean, on their best days, what are these guys?
87, 88 wins.
And
I would tell you that there's going to be an 87 in their record. I just don't know which side it's going to be on.
So you could fire the manager, and maybe for a couple of weeks you get the locker room's attention, the clubhouse's attention, and they field the ball better and play crisper baseball, maybe draw some contact and just sort of get it. But at the end of the day, Trevor Story's not a contact hitter. And none of these guys have been instructed up through the low minors to draw contact. They've been instructed to put the ball in the air. So they're going to strike out. As an organization, they don't really emphasize defense. They give it lip service at the major league level because that's what they're selling the fans. But at the low levels, they don't value it. So guys who don't field the baseball or draw contact are ultimately not going to do those things. whether you have a new manager or not.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, I'm down on the overall ceiling of the team.
You know what's amazing? And we said it at the time just quickly, but I remember it was last year or the year before where Breslow said, yeah, we got to make a more concerted effort to teach some of the fundamentals with regard to defense in our minor league organization. Think about that for a second. They've been around for 125 years playing the same effing game. And just now, and not just now because it's changed.
But you said that was Breslow last year, right?
It was last year or the year before. We said, yeah, we're putting a plan in place to make sure we're teaching some of the things in the minors.
And when was didn't Werner say something similar in the offseason about with improved infield defense instruction?
Yeah,
we think we would have had 5 or 6 more wins. So they've been given this lip service for the last 2 or 3 years. Do you think they're actually really doing anything about it? Because they're still second. They've been second to last in errors in baseball for 5 of the last 6 years. You know this.
No, they've made more errors than anybody since 2019.
That's the stat.
Yeah, since starting in 2019, they've made more errors than any team in the game. They suck defensively.
They aren't good. They aren't smart enough to do the things they want to do. Win with a reduced payroll. Win with a Brewer method or a Del Rey method. Committing to sort of grassroots things like building block things like defense and base running. They're not good enough baseball people to do it.
No, they're not. They're nerds,
and they're trying to, but they're bad nerds, and they're trying to do it that way, and they're not good enough at it.
Right, and then when Jim Rice steps in and says you're striking out too much, here's how you should swing, some nerd frothing at the mouth basically launches at him.
They have only one path, and that's to spend. So you can make it all go away by spending.
I want to know who the baseball evaluator in the organization is.
It's a good question.
The baseball evaluator. Now, look, instinctively, I would say it's Cora, okay? But because I think Cora is a good baseball guy. Cora can identify things in players that a lot of other people can't. He's good at it.
How about Theo?
Theo is enough of a blend.
Is he still sniffing around?
Yeah, but I don't think he's as involved as they want you to believe he is. I think Theo gets consulted on negotiations and things like that. But is he getting his hands dirty, like standing at the batting cage, watching someone swing or watching a fielder move or how he throws?
Is he around?
I haven't the slightest damn clue. So they want to sit there and say, Theo, Theo's back, but they never tell you where he is or what he's doing. So my answer is not really. I think it's kind of BS. I think they floated out there to make everybody think Theo's with the organization.
Isn't he doing the golf stuff?
He's some of that. He consults on all that stuff. I think it's more from an organizational management standpoint that, Theo had certain principles that he believed in that I think are valuable in any organization. Theo was a good communicator. He was open-minded.
And Breslow's his guy.
Yes. Yep. Breslow's his guy.
But they're basically paying him to use his name. It's a no-show job for him.
Well, from a Red Sox baseball standpoint, I think that's correct.
Yeah.
But I think he, again, advises on some management and decision-making at a corporate level. But not
which is him picking
level.
up the phone while he's at his real job. Yeah, no, just do that.
Yeah, right. I think Breslow called him when he was negotiating the Bregman deal. And he called him when he was negotiating the Crochet deal. And he says, well, here's how you have to work with this guy. So this is the kind of thing you should offer. And he told him how to structure it and stuff like that. But, is Theo looking at players and say this guy can play and that guy can't? No, I don't think so.
I hope not.
I wish he were.
Because if he's coolest, then it's hopeless. Then no one over there knows what the hell they're doing. But they just want to be something they're not capable of. They're not capable of making good, smart, patient baseball decisions. They don't have the personnel to do it. They don't have the discipline to just go full Devil Ray or full Brewer and take prospects and wait for them to come up. They've got to spend on second-tier guys in the interim to try and dupe you into thinking they still care. They just aren't cut out to try and thread the needle the way they're trying to thread the needle. They're not good enough. And that's, to me, the bottom line, 10,000-foot view of where you are with the Red Sox. Final segment of your thoughts, calls, and emails right after this. We're back to the phones for the 5 o'clock hour, Maz, unless you have a fresh thought for us.
God, no.
Felger and Maz, 98.5 Sports Hub.
First word still Fenway. Would the Red Sox still mean everything to you in the group, right?
Well, absolutely. And, The way I was thinking about this today, I was watching Roger Federer. He was making a commencement speech at Dartmouth, and he said that negative energy is wasted energy. And, I come in here and I see Jonathan Papelbon and Jim Rice. These are heroes to me. And I see these clips of you, Jonathan, and it's not how you start, it's how you close, right?
What the hell does that have to do with anything? Really, Roger Federer and... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, that was convincing. No, you still care. Oh, no, absolutely we care.
I'm surprised he didn't throw in a 28-3 reference, too. Oh, there's been great comebacks before. We can do that.
How much time do you think Werner spends here anymore?
No clue. I think Henry's here. I mean,
he's here more than Werner is.
I think I think John Henry and Linda and their kids, like, people don't even
He lives here.
Yeah, I think John Henry's here.
Yeah,
here, like here a lot. Werner, I have no idea.
No, please. No, he's like Werner's living the life, flying around. Got remarried a couple of years ago. I'm sure he's going on all kinds of trips. Like, he just ain't not spending time here. I would like, I would love for someone to ask Werner if he knows who pitched the 7th and 8th innings yesterday.
I'm sorry, who? What?
Ask Werner. Yeah, right.
7th and 8th what?
Innings.
Who?
Right.
I was listening to Roger Federer at the Dartmouth.
Exactly.
If that doesn't land with the rank and file Red Sox fan, I don't know what does. Because Tom and Quincy is always asking us, what did Federer say at the Dartmouth commencement?
Yeah, no.
No, because Tom likes to keep track of the Dartmouth commencement speakers.
Completely in touch.
My goodness.
You think? Yeah, exactly. Tom and Quincy. Federer. It's a kind of hat.
I was listening to the Dartmouth commencement. Oh, my God. Sean in Marlboro. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, guys. If I were to say our lineup were Mike Judge, Shohei Ohtani, and Kyle Schwarber, and we were second to last in errors, you guys wouldn't care. Do you guys remember like 10 years ago or so when Jackie Bradley Jr. was hitting 250, putting up 10 home runs, and he had gold glove defense? It's basically we have a team of Jackie Bradley Jr.'s, but with crappy defense. Like, what? I don't know what is going on with this team.
So you can get away with some shoddy defense if you got thump.
Exactly.
But you have to pay for that.
Correct. Power costs money.
So what? We're going to build a team around pitching and defense, but we don't really know how to do that. So good luck. It's basically what it is.
No, and the best part is the Red Sox have no power, or relatively little, and strike out like they do.
I think he meant Aaron Judge, not Mike Judge,
I was gonna
creator of Beavis and Butthead.
I was going to let that go. Is that really his name?
Yeah.
Chris in Worcester. Yes, Chris.
Maz, this is for you. They need to fire the pitching coach and the hitting Bailey and the hitting coach right now because they're both not performing. And I doubt that the owners even know what the Red Sox record is right now.
Okay, I don't know about that. I'll say this again though: when you hire Driveline, this outside hitting outfit, to teach launch angle and putting the ball in the air from the lowest levels of your minor league. What do you expect the major league hitting coach to do once these guys get here and they've just been taught one thing? Choke up and put the bat on the ball?
Exactly.
Like, how's that going to, like, is that even fat? I mean, I agree that Fatsy's going to get it. Like, something's going to start happening here. But I wouldn't blame him any more than I would blame Cora. They're also not part of the solution. They're not making it any better. So, like, yeah, fire him, bring in someone else. But if they're going to teach it as an organization a certain way, isn't that really the issue?
Yes.
Thank you.
Especially when kids are already being taught it before they're even drafted.
The whole sport's gone in that direction, but not every team does that. Like, again, your idol here, the Brewers, focus on swinging at strikes and putting their bat on the ball.
Yep.
And then running like little devils just because that's all they can do. And so that's what they do. And they teach it from the very beginning to the very end, and so it's in the DNA of the team. Here, they're just giving it lip service, but they don't really – the defense and run prevention is not in their DNA.
So, look, I believe there are people in the organization that, commanding the strike zone is one of the Red Sox quote-unquote pillars that, they want their guys to control the strike zone. Okay, look, I agree. I mean, I believe that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They just don't do it.
They just don't know how to do it.
No.
Let's do some email, shall we, please?
Oh, yes.
It's the Coleman Electric email of the day. Dear Felga, I really hate you. And I think Maz is a boob.
It's electric.
The Coleman Electric email of the day. day. It's electric. Send yours to Felger at 985thesportshub.com.
Email of the day is brought to you by Coleman Electric, a bunch of really good electricians helping homeowners like you. When you need an electrician, you want to call Coleman?
It's electric.
Thank you. It is electric. Kuhlman. I'm not going to read one specific email because I just want to thank everyone for the hundreds of emails I got
about the moon,
on tidal locking and the far side of the moon and the near side of the moon, and why only one side of the moon faces us, even though the moon is spinning on its axis and we're spinning on our axis. How does it work that we only see one side of the moon? I do finally have it. Do you, Maz?
No.
Did you? I liked the ones that tried to say, here's what you got to do. Take 2 pieces of paper. Or the other one that was like, why don't you go to a baseball field and here's how you guys can figure this out. It's like, oh my God, people, enough.
4,000 examples. Picture a race car. Picture you're in a basketball court and you're a basketball spinning in the center and there's a basketball spinning around. Tell Maz to take the 2 tennis balls and put them like this. On and on. Like 4 million suggestions of how to visualize the tidal locking and why only one side of the moon faces us. So thank you for all those emails. I got them from astrophysicists and orbital mechanics and from really smart people.
Orbital mechanics?
I don't know if that's exactly what they call themselves, but you know what I mean. People like this.
Okay.
Wicked smart people.
Yeah.
There was the one guy that says he works at Mission Control. Says, you're ever in Houston, come visit. I'll give you a tour.
We got emails from people who work for SpaceX, NASA, NASA.
We should go there.
Blue Origin. Like, you get all these people like, thank you. But I will just, without reading the email, tell you the one physical thing that did land, because it did make sense. He said, picture you, Felger, standing in the middle of the room, and Maz doing a circle around you, giving you the finger. And he does a complete circle around you, and all you see the entire time is the middle finger.
Right, because I keep turning so that's all you can see.
Maz is technically spinning on his axis. You're technically doing a spin, but it's just not perceptible to me standing in the middle of the room.
Correct.
But if you weren't doing a spin, halfway through, you'd have to start walking backwards.
Correct.
So the thing that you arrived at on, or that we were talking about on Friday, is that the Earth is spinning like this and the moon, it doesn't matter how the Earth is spinning.
Got it.
The Earth could be spinning or not spinning. It's all about the moon and that thing. So anyway, that's just the email that is like, you can stop at I got it. I think I got it.
That makes sense, actually.
But just in case you want an update, we did it. Man has gone farther than they've ever gone before officially.
I saw that today. It popped up on my notifications on the New York Times website.
So it happened at approximately 1:56 this afternoon. The spacecraft broke the record for the farthest distance from the Earth traveled by a human. If you don't find that cool, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The spacecraft will reach its maximum distance. So it's already set the record, but it's going to reach its maximum distance in about an hour and 15 minutes. Total of 760 miles from the Earth. That is insane. Starting in about 50 minutes, they're going to go into radio blackout, which to me is like that's a
scary place.
That to me is just, they're just floating on their own out there on the far side of the moon with no communication for about 40 minutes, starting at 6:44. The mission will enter a planned communications blackout lasting 40 minutes. They have entered long since, starting at 2:37 this morning, Maz, they entered the lunar sphere of influence. Okay, which means they are now being dictated by the moon's orbit more than the Earth's orbit.
Oh, they're not hearing voices out there?
Nope, it's the lunar sphere of influence.
That might be happening too, though.
Okay.
The moon has annoying influencers too.
Exactly. And they're all going, and again, the one that just blows me away, this happened like 3 days ago. They hit the gas for 6 minutes, and that's it. They put the foot on the gas and accelerated for under 6 minutes, 5 minutes and 50 seconds. And that's powering them to the moon and back. All they have is little side thrusters to kick them back onto course if they happen to get off of course. Make sure they're on the right course. Otherwise, under 6 minutes of acceleration, and that's it. To go 250,000 miles there and 250,000 miles back. And again, if that doesn't blow you away, then I can't help you.
No, that part is amazing. It's the power of gravity.
There's your moon update. Your final word comes your way next.
Hey, it's Felger here.
Or now
on Felger and Maz.
It's the final
word. Recapping this 4-hour show in 4 minutes, which leads to the question, does it really need to be 4 hours long?
No.
Final word brought to you by Town Fair Tire. If you're looking for the best deal on tires, there is only one place to go. It's Town Fair Tire. The best prices and great free services. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
Nobody, Jim.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Based on what I think I heard you working on back there, Jay Stu, the final word today, correct me if I'm wrong, is when an emergency brake was pulled during the Patriots segment earlier today?
Yes.
Hit it, please.
Is Vrabel really gauging a Hanichor's core strength by playing patty cake with him without pads?
No.
In some sort of 3-quarter drill in March? Have these Patriots reporters lost their minds? Drug test them all. You got to be kidding me. That's how you gauge a guy's core strength?
In fact, there might be more people on something in the media corps than in the locker room.
Reese is going to pass. I'm not worried about Reese, but drug test him.
I don't know. He's a pretty solid guy for his size. I'm joking.
Huh?
Reese. I'm joking. Go. Just go.
I don't get it. We're drug testing him for drugs for like.
No, I'm aware of that. You say Reese is going to pass.
He's going to pass because I don't think he's taking drugs, or I don't think he's dropping acid.
And I was joking that he's actually pretty jacked for his size. I was joking. You obviously didn't get it.
I still don't get it.
No, you clearly don't. So just keep going. Just go.
I don't even understand what it's referring to.
Exactly. Go. Reese being sarcastic.
Reese is going to pass. I don't even get what I don't get what the linkage is.
He's tiny.
But is he on steroids or like coke? I don't.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
You're talking coke. Yeah. Oh, I meant steroids.
I'm not talking performance enhancing. I was talking about these guys are in altered states to think that. I didn't think Ben Volen's on steroids.
This is like the Prince Andrew conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Ben Volen might be not
just
on steroids,
proceed.
But on like heroin because he thinks the Patriots are going to give up first and second round picks plus $30 million guaranteed for like 4 different players. And Reese must be on some sort of a hallucinogenic because he thinks Mike Vrabel playing patty cake with the guy in March without pads can judge someone's core strength. I didn't think those guys were on performance enhancers.
Oh.
You were talking steroid testing.
No,
I get it.
I'm personally ashamed to have this show on my resume today, and I'm speaking at a personal level. I've been in a bit of a fog.
No, but the Mondays are tough for all of us. This is why we call it re-entry Mondays. We got an hour to go. You have an hour to go there, Tonto. What's coming up on the baseball hour?
Yeah, no, a lot of Red Sox bashing is what it's going to be because they suck. Pretty much all the way around. I don't know what else to tell you. So we'll go through the particulars of the weekend with the Padres, some of the things that concern you. Concern me. I want to talk about Trevor Story in particular. He's a big one. I want to talk about Greg Weissert in particular. He's another one. And to me, the ongoing story until the Red Sox write this thing is the state of the organization, who they are and what they are, and when is that ever going to change, if at all.
It's hard not to go big picture with the Red Sox.
It's a big picture sport. The game's become irrelevant.
But their problems are big picture.
Yes, they are. They're big picture problems. And, unless you're good, the problems in discussion and problems in baseball are usually big picture, and they're not good.
All right, let's reconvene tomorrow at 2, and we'll talk to you then.
See you.
Bye.